Hey, good morning, fellas, and welcome back to Manhood 401 here at Manhood University. We are in our third week, and I'm really excited about this week's lesson, so I want to jump right into it. Now, when I started this project, I really had the intent of never being the type that would want to keep up with all the current events. I didn't want these lessons to be dated. I wanted someone to be able to tune in 2 or 3 years from now, hear something, and it still be relevant. And the thing is, it's really hard to do because you look at the world around you and the problems society is facing, especially realizing that men are the key, to really strong men are the key to really dealing with a lot of the issues that we have. And you find yourself wanting to rant, wanting to get on your soapbox and talk about whatever's wrong in the now. And what I decided to do, because at this particular moment where I'm recording, our country is going through a bit of a crisis. What I decided to do, instead of pointing to this particular crisis, is look at broader themes for what happens every time we deal with strife in our society, and look at what's always present and how men can always be equipped to deal with that. And that's the focus that I really want to use for today's lesson. So imagine, if you will, right, you are in you witness a burning house. Right, the house is burning, it's on fire, it hasn't been consumed by the fire yet, but you are noticing it's going to get to a point where that fire is going to consume the house. Now, there are 3 people in this particular scenario, and I want you to figure out which one you are. There's that person that calls 911. They let someone know there's a fire. And then there's that person that kind of hangs out in their house, waits to see what happens. And then when the reporters show up, they got a whole lot to say to the reporters about the fire and everything that happened. And then there's that third group of people. And that is the guy that runs in the house. He rescues whoever's in there, tries to put the fire out, and he's gone before the camera crews arrive. I want to ask you which guy you are in that scenario. And here's why. Listen, things come out in the media all the time. We see news stories, we see things happening that we disagree with, that make us angry, right? And that first type of person, that one that calls 911, that's the guy who lets you know there's a problem. He sees a news story and he jumps at it before he even knows what's going on. He hasn't assessed the situation, right? The news media themselves are probably saying, hey, we've only got half the information. But these are the folks you see on Facebook immediately, right there in the comments section, giving their particular point of view, letting everyone know that they're upset and they don't like this and they don't like that and the other. And they may not have all the facts, but they certainly have a lot to say. Then there's that second group. Now, to be fair, these are the folks who are going to see something on the news or hear something that they disagree with, and they'll take the time to go and read and look and see what's there. But after that, once they've gotten to the point where it confirms their suspicions or their viewpoint about a situation, there they are again, jumping into the fray. Now, they consider themselves to be more educated on the topic because they took a little bit of time. But what we notice is, in a 7 or 8 paragraph story, they get to paragraph 3, they've gotten what they want, and now their mouths are running. So what ends up happening is you have these, I love them, these fake news sites. And they do this on purpose, like The Onion. They come up with the news story that is absolutely bogus, and they see how many people they can get to share it on their social media page and start to go on a rant about the subject of the story. And people fall for it all the time. And it's because folks, again, they like to seem informed, but they really only want to know enough information to confirm what they think they already know. And that's it. And they become part of the white noise. You take that first group and that second group and you put them together and you have what you see. White noise all over the media, all over press. People on 2 sides of a protest, arguing, screaming, shouting at each other. And whatever the problem is, it's not getting solved. So then we have that third group. And that's the group I like to call grown men. Grown men look at the problem and they make a decision. Actually, let's back that up a little, because grown men already know that their words, the things that they say, carry weight. And they decided that since the words they say matter, before they approach a topic, they know they're going to wait and make sure they have all the facts. And even when they have all the facts, they don't always feel the need to open their mouths and tell everyone their opinion. In fact, if they see a situation arising, especially if it's something where that like we do now, everything's on social media. We don't actually talk about things. But if they see something come up on social media and they disagree with what's being said, before they jump in the fray, they're going to decide if it's worth their time. Because just because they have all the information doesn't mean that trying to bring factual, relevant, rational information into a situation is going to help when everyone's too busy bickering. What I like about that third group of men, the grown men, is that while they may not share it, they may not like it, they may not follow, they may not get all excited about it, what they will do is take action. When they see that there's a problem in society that needs fixing, instead of telling everyone there's a problem, I think we're all aware of most of the problems we have in society, they roll their sleeves up and they get something done. That's where we need to be headed. As men, we are problem solvers. We're not part of the white noise. We don't need to be the ones telling everyone there's a problem, giving people half-formed opinions about it. We should be the ones with our sleeves rolled up, making a difference. That's what we're called to do. That's what's expected of us. In short, we lead, we follow, or we get the hell out of the way. You're either going to come up with solutions to problems, you're going to support the people who do, or you're going to realize it's not your fight. But what we can't do, that we're seeing too often, is sit on the sidelines and poke fun of the people who are trying to do something, or worse, decide that taking action is the same thing as posting, is the same thing as liking, is the same thing as sharing, is the same thing as going on a rant on Facebook in an incoherent video that makes no sense. So guys, that's the lesson for this week. We said there are no more easy lessons in Manhood University. I want us to be in that group that's leading, that's changing, that's doing the things that are necessary to make this world a better place. And it doesn't matter what period in history that you find yourself watching this, just know if there's a problem in your community, there's a problem in society, there's a problem somewhere, and you're fully aware of all the facts and you know what's going on, the only proper response for a man is to get involved and do something. Hey, thanks for tuning in this week, guys. I certainly appreciate y'all taking the time. Get back to your day, but share this with somebody who you think it'll help. And I will see you all back here next week. God bless you.